Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So glad you could join me. We're back for another episode of What's for Supper. And we don't know what's for supper. So I made some quinoa this week. That was part of my meal prep. If you watched that video, it'll be up there. So I have quinoa, and I was trying to think of what else I had in my fridge and pantry that needed to get used, and had some tortillas. So they need to get used. And I always have beans, black beans. And I do have some enchilada sauce and some tomato sauce, because that's a small can of enchilada sauce. And I have some green peppers that need to be used, and I always have onions, so I was thinking of doing some kind of enchilada bake. And I actually have quite a bit of the shredded cheese from Aldi because it was on sale, and might as well use it. So let's make an enchilada bake. Let's see what we can do. Anyway, so come join me. So if you're new here, my name is Vicki-Lynne, and this is just a little segment I like to do with what to make for supper, because we always want to know what to make for supper. This is my kitchen. So glad you could join me, and all my meals are vegan and delicious. So we're gonna try to figure out some enchiladas with using some quinoa and some black beans and whatever else we can find in our kitchen that needs to get used up. Okay, so we have some green peppers that need to get used. So we might as well use them for some of our fillers. Just gonna give them a rough chop, not a rough chop, rough chop. And we're gonna saute those with some onions in our frying pan. I do have a little bit of a red onion left, so we might as well use that up too. And then we are going to use another onion. Now don't forget to save your wrappers, or save your skins for your soup stock. And just stick them in the freezer with all your other vegetables, so that when you have enough full bag, stick it in your slow cooker or your Instant Pot, and you can make your own soup stock. That in the bag. Okay. Just gonna dice this fine. Okay. We have all that chopped up. We're pretty well set. Okay, so we're just going to rinse our black beans. I would like to give them a really good rinse. Also helps with digestion, because that's all that soaking with it. Okay, so we're just heating a pan. We're going to add a little bit of water. We're going to water saute our vegetables. Now, just use whatever you have. If you didn't have any peppers, use some onions. If you had onions, if you didn't have onions, don't worry about it. Make it as simple, whatever you had, maybe some frozen vegetables, whatever you had left over, use that. We're just trying to keep this simple. Because I had it, I wanted to use it before it went bad. I just want to cook these, brown them a little bit. The quinoa's already cooked, so we're just going to mix in our black beans. Everything's going to kind of cook inside in the oven. Add a little garlic to this. A little smoked paprika. We just want to add some layers. Just check what you have. Whatever spices you have, throw in whatever you think, whatever Tex-Mex thing you have. There we go. That should be cooked well enough. I'm just going to turn off the heat. Okay, so we're just going to make a quick enchilada sauce. So we're going to start with our enchilada sauce. And this is just a mild one. If you like it spicy, use a spicier one. And I'm just going to try to spread this one out a little bit, just because that's all I have. And I'm just going to add some organic tomato sauce to it. Oh. First, I'm just going to give this a little blend. I'm going to add a little bit of chipotle powder to it. Ooh. A little smoked paprika. We'll just give this a little try. Get this chipotle powder to come out. Okay, it's not going to come out. I'm going to use a little bit of my Cajun seasoning. Just trying to add a little heat to it. use a little chili powder. Again, we're just spreading this out a little bit. Fabulous. All right, so that's all set to go. Okay, so let's assemble. So we're just gonna take our fried vegetables, which are just our peppers and our onions. There we go. That was easy. Gonna take some of our quinoa, just add that in. Basically just as much as you want. I'm gonna make a nice casserole of this. Some for supper, some for this week for lunches. Again, we're just playing with whatever we have. And then our black beans. And I'm going to add a little taco seasoning. I got this one from Thrive. You can get a big jar of taco seasoning at Costco for a couple of pennies, a couple of dollars. You could add all your own seasonings. I'm just trying to make this quick and easy. So I might add the rest, some of that in with my blender stuff. Oh, there's quite a bit in there. I think that's more than enough. I'm gonna add a little bit of my enchilada sauce. Just to give it some moisture, hold it together. Okay, and we're ready to make supper. I'm gonna put that aside. Grab a tray. So we're just going to use a regular tray. And on that tray, I'm just going to spread a little bit on the bottom of our enchilada sauce. Now this mixture, this quinoa mixture, you could obviously just use it as a salad, make tacos out of it, just warm it up like that and serve it with some vegetables. So I'm just going to move this aside while we make enchiladas, burritos, whatever you want to call them, however you want to wrap them, whatever works for you. I'm just going to take some of our mixture, pile it in the middle, and I always wrap this way. Oh, you know what? I am going to add maybe a little bit of cheese on the inside since I have so much cheese. Okay, so I'm gonna pull, I always pull this way, bend in. Okay, there we go. And if you have any leftover of this mixture, you can always freeze it for next time. Would be really good with salsa in it. I actually forgot to buy salsa this week. I don't know what I was thinking. And you want to just lay it with the seam side down. Okay, so that's squishing that pan, but hey, doesn't matter. We're gonna take our enchilada sauce. I have my oven preheated to 350. And we're just gonna bake all this goodness. Can't wait. And then about 20 minutes in, I'm going to add some cheese to this top. And then we're going to finish cooking it for another 10 minutes just to let the cheese melt. All right. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to actually cover it with a little bit of foil. Yes. Just to make sure that one goes through. All right, in the oven it goes. Okay, that is hot out of the oven. You can see it's still bubbling. I don't know if you can see it, but it is still bubbling. There we go. And we are going to serve this up. Oven for 20 minutes. Take the foil off. Still not all the way heated through. Add some cheese on there. Cheesy deliciousness. Okay. And then back in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes.